Nicky Jam would drop his hit El Perdon and the song would go double platinum, earning a Latin Grammy in 2015 for Best Urban Interpretation. He would appear on the YouTube Rewind of 2016. Nicky Jam would make his acting debut in the movie XXX Return of Xander Cage and would become best buddies with Vin Diesel.
Hey, Nicky Jam, his first performance here is in XXX. XXX.
Before his YouTube channel reached more than 8 million subscribers, and his music video Hasta el Amanecer has more than 1 billion views at the time of this recording. Nicky Jam, one of the pioneers of the reggaeton genre, beginning his career before he was even in his teens. Thanks to his talent, hard work, and efforts, he achieved remarkable fame early on. Sadly, he didn't know how to handle the pressure and fell into a deep depression, which jeopardized his friendship with fellow artist Daddy Yankee. For nearly a decade, Nicky exiled himself to Colombia, but would eventually make a comeback, returning to the spotlight, this time bigger than ever.
Living in a different country changed my whole way of thinking, and at the same time my whole way of writing and singing at the same time.
What's going on, guys? My name is Holly Wolf, filling in for Michael McCrudden, here for you on Before They Were Famous. In this video, I will be documenting the life and career of Nicky Jam prior to fame. If Spanish is your first language, I have good news for you, as we have a Spanish version of this channel that details the lives of the most popular artists in Latin American countries. A link is down below, and don't forget to let us know in the comments below who you'd like us to document next. Rivero Caminero was born on March 17, 1981 in Boston, Massachusetts. His father is from Puerto Rico and his mother is Dominican. When he was 10 years old, his family moved to Puerto Rico. Coming from a poor household, Nicky began working at a young age, packing bags and groceries in a local supermarket in an attempt to provide for his family. During his breaks, Nicky would rap at the entrance of the supermarket, polishing his skills, and as a fun fact, his artistic name was jokingly given to him by a homeless man that saw him while he was rapping. And although Nicky didn't like it at first, the name stuck, and as more and more people began associating him with his artist name, he eventually decided to stick with it. One day, he caught the attention of a woman who worked for a record label. She offered him a contract and he quickly accepted, and that was how he recorded his first album, Distinto a las Damas, and when he was only 11 years old. Despite the album not being successful, it let him gain experience and work with big names in the industry like DJ Chiclin, DJ Pelagero, and DJ Joe. People think that Daddy Yankee and Nicky Jam are cousins, while in reality they've known each other since their late childhood. They quickly became friends and formed a duo called Les Cangres, and in the late 90s and early 2000s created successful hits like Volviendo and El Karma. Together, the duo found fame, but as we know, this life in the fast lane, it can be a blessing and a curse. Nicky, who was still very young at the time, didn't know how to handle all the attention and pressure. He got himself involved with drugs and there were a few scandals. These situations worried Daddy Yankee, who saw his friend slowly losing his way. Yankee tried to help Nicky with these efforts, but they were misinterpreted, and it only drove a bigger rift into the duo's relationship, which would eventually lead to the breakup of the band. In November of 2004, Jam released his solo album Vida Escante with songs like Chamanero, Nos Fuimos, and Mo Estoy Muriendo, and though the songs were not bad, the album wasn't as successful as Nicky expected it to be. This failure, plus his breakup with Daddy Yankee, would sink him into a deep depression. He turned to drugs and alcohol, which caused the singer to gain a ton of weight, and the next thing to go was his money. It got so bad that he didn't have enough money to pay rent, so he would go to his old ways as a street performer, trying to make ends meet. During this time, the Puerto Rican police stopped him for driving a car that had been reported stolen, and he spent a few days in jail. All these situations made the singer realize that he was at the end of his rope and he needed to do something about it. When he was offered a job to perform a concert in Colombia, he took the gig and decided to start a new life in Medellin. When he renewed strength, he began to focus his mind on a way to solve his bad luck streak. He stopped drinking and started writing and recording new songs.
When I got to Colombia, I saw that a lot of people they were more to the lyrics. I went through that way because I love to write stories and I love all that.
He decided to work as hard as necessary to become the best reggaeton artist in Medellin. Once he achieved that goal, he decided to become the best one in Colombia, which he did due to the fact that his live concert had become wildly successful. For the second time in his career, he began to have a huge amount of fame, and his music was soon renowned throughout Colombia.
I was talking to God, I want to leave with you, I want to do good, but I need to prove the world that I'm not a loser and that I didn't pick leaving with you because I wasn't doing good in my career. So
Nicky had stated that it was this nation that gave him the necessary strength to overcome his depression and return to the music industry. He had said that he needed to move away from his old life in order to find himself again, and that moving to Colombia was one of the best decisions he had ever made. An outsider, I would imagine that moving to Colombia while dealing with a drug problem would be a major bad move, but I mean, I'm happy it worked out for Nicky.
Plata o plomo.
Although his career was back on track, there were still little to no labels that wanted to sign Nicky for an album. That's when he came to the realization that he didn't need a record label to continue his career. That's when he started to record and upload his songs to YouTube. Since nobody wanted to interview him, he recorded his own interviews and uploaded those as well. He began to draw subscribers and people's attentions to his channel, and currently he boasts an impressive 8,012,000 subscribers. That's really good.
Number one hit. The number one hit. Number one hit.
Nicky loves to keep in touch with his fans and is known to use his social media to do so. He has 4 children, Yarimar, Alyssa, Joe Martin, and Lucy, the youngest of the 4. It is interesting to note that Joe, his only son, was partially raised by the fellow singer Arcángel. Do you guys want us to make a before they were famous video on him?
Prepárate, que yo quiero hacerte mía, dime qué vas a hacer.
In 2012, Jam reunited with Daddy Yankee and recorded El Parte Me Llama, showcasing the world that the misunderstandings between them had been solved and their past conflicts were a thing of the past. At the end of 2014, he released his hits Voy a Beber and Travesura, which placed him in number 4 spot on the Billboard's Hot Latin Songs chart.
Dime si conmigo quieres hacer travesura. Como dice, que se ha vuelto una locura.
In 2015, he signed a contract with Sony Music Latin, releasing El Perdon, which featured the Spanish singer Enrique Iglesias. This song reached number 1 in the Hot Latin Songs of Billboard for 30 consecutive weeks and was particularly successful in countries like France, Spain, Canada, Sweden, and Germany. He also won the Latin Grammy Award for Best Urban Performance and Song of the Year with that track. Currently, Nicky Jam plans on becoming the best reggaeton artist in the world, a feat that he's well on his way to accomplish. His tours are getting bigger and better, and he's been performing in European countries, in South America, and the good old United States. And as for the rest of the story, well, you know the story because this is before they were famous.
Lucy says she wants you for her birthday.
What? Biden. That's impossible.
okay.
I know how expensive you are.
Thanks for watching, guys. My name is Holly Wolf. Don't forget to subscribe and watch the other videos in this channel. We have made biography videos on rappers, YouTubers, actors, pretty much anybody who's anybody. As I mentioned in the intro, if you speak Spanish, be sure to check out our Spanish channel and let us know in the comment section below who you'd like us to document next.